conceived without sin, pray for us, pray for us. Oh Mary, conceived without sin, pray for us who have recourse to thee.
Today I'm going to tell you about the most amazing gift that the Mother of God has given to us. Listen carefully, for what I'm about to tell you is a true story. Catherine Labouré was born on May 2nd, 1806, in a small village in France called Fan-les-Moutières. She was the 8th of 10 children in her family. Her parents, Pierre and Madeleine, taught her to love God and to work on the family farm. One day, Auguste, her youngest brother, fell from his carriage and was hurt so badly he could not walk well anymore. Her mother was always worrying about him and found working on the farm much harder to do. Then, her mother died suddenly on October 9th, 1815, at the age of 46. Catherine was only 9 years old and missed her mother so much. One day, little Catherine saw a statue of the Blessed Virgin Mary over the fireplace. Catherine was not tall enough to reach it, and so, with tears in her eyes, she climbed on the chair. The housekeeper saw Catherine standing on her tippy toes, reaching for the statue of the Blessed Virgin. She took the statue in her arms and kissed it, saying,
"From now on, you will be my mother."
From that time on, Catherine was sure that the Blessed Virgin Mary was her mother in a very special way. She loved Mother Mary so much. Every night before falling asleep, she prayed to her guardian angel to let her see the Blessed Virgin. 3 years later, her big sister, Marie-Louise, decided to join a group of sisters called the Daughters of Charity. Her father said,
"Who's going to look after the house and work the farm now?"
"Oh, Daddy, I will look after it, and Tonine too."
Not only did she take care of the house and the farm, she also took care of her little brother. As busy as she was, she always took time to pray in the church every day. One night in a dream, she saw herself praying in the church, and an old priest came up to her and said,
"One day you will meet me again. God has a plan for you."
From that time on, she felt in her heart that God was calling her to become a daughter of charity like her older sister. When she spoke to her father about her dream, he was not willing to let her join the convent. Instead, he sent her to work in the restaurant of her brother Charles, who was living in Paris. Her brother sent her to a boarding school where she finally learned to read and write. Not far from the boarding school was a convent of the Daughters of Charity, which she visited often. There she saw a painting of a priest that looked just like the one in her dream. She asked,
"Who is that priest with the kind smile?"
"That is St. Vincent de Paul, the founder of both the Daughters of Charity and the Vincentian priests. He dedicated his life to help poor children, the homeless and the sick and the elderly."
Her dream became a reality when her father agreed that Catherine could join the sisters in Rue du Bac in Paris on April 21st, 1830, at the age of 24. On July 18, 1830, the vigil of the feast of St. Vincent de Paul, Sister Catherine was sound asleep when suddenly she woke up to a voice calling her.
"Sister, sister."
She drew back the curtain around her bed and saw a beautiful little angel dressed in white and surrounded by light. He looked like a child of 4 or 5 years. He said to her,
"Come to the chapel. The Blessed Virgin is waiting for you."
"But someone will hear me."
"Do not worry. It is 11:30. Everyone sound asleep. Come, I will wait for you."
Sister Catherine quickly dressed and followed the angel as they walked down the hallway. To her surprise, the lights lit up by themselves and the door of the chapel opened on its own. He led her into the sanctuary next to the priest's chair. Even there, all the candles were lit up. The angel said,
Here's the Blessed Virgin. Here she is.
Finally, she saw the Blessed Virgin. She was so beautiful. When Mother Mary sat down on the chair, Sister Catherine threw herself at her feet and placed her hands on the Virgin's lap. And then the Virgin Mary said,
My child, the good Lord wants to entrust you with a mission. You will have plenty of suffering, but you will overcome it through the knowledge that what you do is for the glory of God. Come to the foot of this altar. There, graces will be poured out on all those, small and great, who ask for them with confidence and fervor.
She told her many other things, even that she wanted her confessor, Father Aladel, to start the Association of the Children of Mary. The Blessed Virgin Mary left in the same manner she had entered the chapel. Sister Catherine got up and looked at the angel. He said,
She is gone.
She returned to her bedroom. It was 2 o'clock in the morning. She was so happy she couldn't sleep for the rest of the night. Eventually, she told Father Aladel what happened that night. He was shocked to hear that the Virgin Mary wanted him to be the founder of the Association of the Children of Mary. He told her to forget about these visions, saying to her that they were
a pure illusion. If you wish to honor Our Lady, imitate her virtues and beware of your imagination.
Sister Catherine went away calmly in complete self-control. 4 months later, on November 27, 1830, at 5:30 p.m., while Sister Catherine was praying in the chapel, she saw the Virgin Mary again, standing on a globe which was half visible. This time, her hands were raised, holding a smaller globe with a small cross on top of it. She seemed to be offering the world to God as her eyes were lifted up to heaven. She asked Sister Catherine to have a medal made. The Blessed Virgin Mary showed her what it should look like and said,
The globe represents the entire world and every person.
Then the globe disappeared, and from her hands rays of light fell on the earth.
The rays are the symbols of the graces that I will share with those who ask me for them.
Then an oval was formed around the Virgin Mary, on which the words were stamped in gold letters. O Mary, conceived without sin, pray for us who have recourse to thee. Sister Catherine heard a voice saying,
Have a medal struck from this model. Persons who wear it will receive great graces. Graces will be bestowed abundantly upon those who have confidence.
At that moment, Sister Catherine understood how much joy it gave the Blessed Virgin to grant these graces to those who prayed to her. At that instant, the medal turned around. On the back was a cross with the letter M and 2 hearts, the Sacred Heart of Jesus and the Immaculate Heart of the Blessed Virgin Mary. The letter M stands for Mary. The 12 stars represent the 12 apostles. While praying one day, the Blessed Virgin Mary asked Sister Catherine to tell the priest, Father Aladel, about the vision and to ask him to have the medals she had spoken of made.
He does not want to listen to me.
He is my servant, and he should be frightened of displeasing me.
This time, Father Aladel listened. After speaking with his superior general, Father Sologne, he met with Monsignor Calin, the Archbishop of Paris, to ask permission to make the medals according to the way Mother Mary wanted. To his surprise, the Archbishop allowed him to make the medal, saying,
"We are simply going to distribute the medal. The tree will be judged by its fruits."
The fruits are the miracles that will happen. This is the way we will know if the medal really comes from heaven. The first 1,500 medals were made on June 30th, 1882. The first one was given to the Archbishop. So Father Aladel began to give out the medals to the people. In July, he gave one to each of the sisters. Sister Catherine wanted to be kept a secret, so she never told anyone that she was the sister that saw the Blessed Virgin. In March of that year, a terrible epidemic of cholera spread throughout Paris. Thousands of people were dying from it, so the sisters began giving out the medals to the sick people, saying with them the prayer written on the medal. Soon, many recovered from their illness and were completely healed. So many reports of the miracles kept coming in. The people began calling this medal the Miraculous Medal. At a school in Paris, the only child to catch cholera was an 8-year-old girl, Caroline Aimé. She was the only child in her classroom that was not wearing the Miraculous Medal. When the sisters gave her a medal to wear around her neck, she recovered right away and went back to school the next day. By 1835, there were already more than 1 million medals around the world. These medals and reports of miracles quickly reached the United States in 1836, Poland in 1837, China and Russia in 1838, and Abyssinia in 1839. On December 31st, 1876, Sister Catherine died peacefully at the age of 70. Afterwards, her superior sister Jean told all the sisters that the visions of Mother Mary and the Miraculous Medal were given to Sister Catherine Labouré. The news spread quickly all through Paris and the world. On July 27, 1947, Pope Pius XII canonized her a saint. Now this medal is not a good luck charm, for the power to work miracles is not in the medal but in God, who alone works miracles and through the intercession of the Blessed Virgin Mary. This medal is approved by the Catholic Church and it helps us believe in the power of God and increase our faith. Today, people from all over the world come to pray in the famous chapel in the Mother House of the Daughters of Charity at Rue de Bac in Paris, where the Blessed Virgin Mary appeared. There, one can find the incorrupt body of Saint Catherine Labouré, meaning her body did not decay. She looks like she is sleeping.
This medal is truly awesome. I never want to go anywhere without it.